I am closer now. How's that? How's that?
Yeah. There's the boom. That's the boom. That's the speakers.
Boy, keep holding.
Okay. You just
Proph,
got
you ready?
online quickly.
76.
Quickly online.
Oh, man.
Well done.
Is this how you...
All right, cool.
Did Drisilo was played by? Yes, sir.
That was the first scariest thing that scared me.
Yes,
That's why I
sir.
don't watch horrors.
Yes, sir.
Plastic bag.
Shut the fuck up.
Dude. Anyway, it's
This
coming
was
back.
saved
Did
by
you see
sound
him?
design.
I think he could still work. I mean, like he didn't move a lot. He
Guys,
went
it's gonna be
between
better
bars.
now. There's
He went
so
between-
much we
Gonna lie,
can
he
do
went
better
between bars.
now.
Yes, we can do
I want to
better.
be part of that shit. I'm just
Black House Talk.
Inbox the producers, I'm sure.
I'm trying to find out.
Sunmona Ninjani. My name is Silo. Black House Talk. I'm not alone. This is
Still
Proph.
Proph.
Maybe Naeem Blue sometimes, but you can call him Proph most times. He'll still answer. It's been a while. Happy 2021.
You survived. If you're hearing this, you survived COVID so far.
You survived 2020. Corona didn't kill
Well
you.
done.
And condolences to everybody who's lost somebody through Corona. It's been rough, and we're happy you're alive and listening. And we're not alone, man. We got always bring you superstars. We got another superstar today, you know. You've probably seen Abo Mzala, Generations, you know, Home Affairs Ikai, Imbewu right now, you know, Sekulu and Partners, you know, The Darkhead, The Wild, Uzalo. Pretty much every single show that pops up, she gets a contract. You know, she's just there, you know. Right now she's Nkululeko, you know. And she's hated by the world. We're speaking to Nqobile Sipamla.
Openly display their hatred for your character that you play.
Thank you, Silo and Proph, for this wonderful welcome. Yes, they freaking change, okay? I
The most hated.
I am that friendly shopper. I'm very much an interactive customer.
Yeah.
I'm even helpful. I will freaking do that.
Like
that
we will
pin
look for the
thing.
apple together.
I want to use the speed point for you. I'm that friendly a shopper. So I get very involved, and my life has changed. Like ladies I knew. Like we knew each other for a good year, and
At the till.
I was buying bread at this
Yeah.
till, like crossing a couple of times. Like now, so born as like,
You're getting like
Yeah,
the
bonga,
cold shoulder.
So, are you telling me?
Bambandele and Fetu, like it's gotten real. Like
Now you
them
know who watches the
sisters,
show and who doesn't.
Abo my sister, nabo mama, sacela ukusho nje ukuthi ave kunzima. Izinto zishintshile.
You need to start going to white malls now.
Yeah, pretty much. Where they can't really, you know.
You're like, you don't watch the show.
Where I'll
we don't
just,
know you.
I'll be okay.
Yeah, well,
No, it's not working.
you tried it.
I kind of did.
It's the same people at the tills.
I'm shy, actually. I'm very reserved because now there's a big difference between my characters and myself. So
Yeah.
I used to be very outgoing. I am very outgoing, but I need to be with my people.
Yeah.
I need to be with my tribe to feel like I can...
To feel safe enough to be that.
Absolutely. So you earn kind of getting very close to me. That's just the kind of person I am. So I don't just open up easily. And now to hold on to my privacy that closely and now experience that there is nowhere to go. I love little hideouts. I love those quiet restaurants. I love those out of the way.
And then one waiter.
You know when you get lost, and you're like, let's keep driving, we'll see. Maybe there's a
when you
cute
find
little
gems
coffee
out
shop,
there.
Yeah.
you know, the weird place on the beach or in the park. Now those strange places I'm running out of.
Because there's just like always somebody who's going to give you that.
That's amazing.
It's power of television. 4 million people a day watch you when the show's on.
I'm positively shook. I won't lie to you. I'm positively shook.
So what, you've never had this kind of shift with other shows before?
No.
So this is
the first time you really felt that you...
It's like, boom.
Abam Zala was the debut on television.
Yeah.
I debuted on stage already 5 years before that. So the concept of a debut had already worn off.
Celebrity had worn off.
Yeah, you're already on
Yes.
TV. Like, this is
You're at work, you're getting a job. To me, it's a job. I understand the concept of being a freelancer to be food on the table. Whether I'm freelancing or I'm in the corporate sector and I'm permanently employed or what. Food on the table is food on the table. End of the month is end of the month.
Yeah.
That's how hard I chased at my work and my craft. So I really just took it for granted. Let me be straight with you. I hoy, and then, 45 days is over, next contract, let's hustle, let's go. So
Like
I
you
would
had no
shelf.
idea what impact you were actually having as you're going along.
No, I didn't, because I was shelving characters. I was like, I've played that before. I don't repeat. I try not to repeat any characters.
Any tricks?
I'm very, very meticulous. I like to believe I'm meticulous enough not to have repeated any kind of character type.
Yeah.
So I was still on my journey of, shelving one, and then you need a red color character, you need a blue color character, a green, a yellow. I'm just making an
Like
example.
you're just painting with all
And
these
like
characters.
the shows.
Totally.
The
I'm
shows
all
I
about.
mentioned also, they're just like the main shows. You've popped in on many more shows, I'm sure, that I missed out on, where you just like, I borrowed this character for a week or 3 days.
For sure. That was my thing. I'm a character actress, and the true meaning of a character actress is one who transforms, literally the chameleon of the cast.
Yeah.
Where just with the costume and the makeup and the whole demeanor, that's a different person. And 3 scenes later, the same actor comes back completely transformed,
have you
and
ever-
you would never know. That was always my fascination with performance and transformation. So I aimed to get that level of satisfaction from all the work I do.
Have you ever played a character that's actually scared you in terms of identifying with a certain darkness that this character carries?
You see, Ikaya was very exciting. That was new territory. That was where now, as a performer, I got to delve into the dark side of things, of a character. Thokozile, she's humbled me. She's showed me flames. She is my school teacher, Thokozile. She's teaching me.
She's evil.
She's schooling me.
Like, she's like an evil character. I unfortunately work with this character every day, So like, it's how do you move away from the center of yourself and go to, like Proph is saying, that dark place? Like, how is that done?
I'm a very active person, so I run everywhere. You've seen me. I never use the elevator.
Yeah.
I run up and down the 3-4 flights of
you've been in
stairs
the elevator
because it's
before.
just, now and again.
Every now and again.
And again, I'll, make conversation in the elevator. Those people. They're like, catch me downstairs. I'm like, huh? So I take the elevator on lazy days. But I'm an active person. That's part of kind of cleansing myself and getting myself into a centered space where I am a blank canvas to relax myself and forget myself so I can lend Thokozile all of me. You know what I mean? Without any residue of Nqobile in Thokozile that's now going to conflict or dilute the process. I don't believe in that. So I will do like a 20-minute, 30-minute circuit workout in the morning before I come to work, run up the stairs. I pray a lot. I do some warm-up exercises vocally, and my thing is...
She's also a singer.
Yeah, I saw. I was going to bring that up.
So music is really, really big in my life. And so because Thokozile is more than 5-7 years my senior, and her life experience is so different from mine. And yet I had to carry like all of that weight and gravitas and walk in her shoes. I basically, I live my life according to music all the time. So Thokozile has her own playlist, which is jazz that I've searched for and researched and just like picked strange tunes and picked because of the title and picked because of the
You even
date.
give your character playlist.
That's crazy.
To create a whole world, like a happy song, a sad song, a very melancholic song, and then a very angry song. And this playlist is about, it started with 8 songs.
Yeah.
And each song would just give me something, would just give me the essence. And I remember there's one particular tune by Miles Davis. And that was my Nqolosi song. That was Thokozile's Nqolosi jam. And it goes, ba, ba, da, ba. It's a trumpet, ja, 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 ja.
Yeah.
And that was her walk. And she's just got a ooze.
Yeah.
Ooze. Sex. Juice. Can you hear it? Ja, ja, da, ja.
So that's
I wanna
crazy
hear
that
the
you've
song,
gotten
though.
a character
And
down
evil.
to that
Yes.
detail, dude. Like, cause I mean, it's you can tell when a character's fake, but you can it's once the character's not fake to you, you'll catch yes. All you say is like. You just go, yeah, she's a good actor, hey. That's when you say you've been bamboozled. You're just like, no.
Yeah, it's when it
you can
feels
perform
real.
it. Yeah, when it feels when it brings
It's
you
like-
something real. You know?
It's like when you believe the person.
And that's the crazy thing. Like, people hate you because you're good
Thank
at your
you,
job.
guys. Thank you.
You know, like people hate
Yeah.
you because you're good at your job, which is crazy.
Like there's some
I
real
remember-
shade, and that's the compliment. Surely that is the compliment.
is it.
That is it.
It's like literally, not to compare you to somebody else, but like watching you, I was like, yo, this is like, I don't know if you remember Nsiki from Generations
Yes.
way back in the day. I was
Pamela
like, this is-
Nomvete.
You aged
Yeah,
Ziggy.
I'm like, this is it.
This is the last time
this is the villain that South Africa gets to hate.
That's big to me. That's
Because
big to me.
Nqobile told us ukuthi she was hated for speaking up to abantu abadala. So some lady came. She's walking out, just got fish. Clap. So I can imagine your character is going
insane.
against
Everything.
a sweetheart.
South Africa's darling. Who does that to South Africa's darling? What kind of devil?
You know,
A she devil.
It's really beautiful, man. Like, so you're from Soweto.
Yep.
Yeah, she's
Put
not
that
from
into it.
Durban. Yeah, she's here to
Ow.
take your jobs. You
Look
guys have been coming to
at
take our jobs for years.
How is
Look
that?
at
here for your
me.
stuff.
I guess I'm interested in the story of how acting came to or performing came to be a huge part in your life, you know, and you ending up here today. Like a bit of the story, the highlights. Can you tell us about from remembering, hey, this is my mom's house to now?
Sure. So Pimville, Soweto.
Licking our cocoa case.
Hey,
That's a preach.
How much debt was
I'm a
it?
preach gang.
a couple of billion, right?
The copper gang. Is it copper? I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't even know. So Zone 2, Pimville, Soweto, my parents, they were together for 5 years of my life. And so 5 years of my life was just so much, you know, now that I'm older, I can finally remember it in better capsules, you know. Music was a big thing. My dad is music. So his collection to this date, I mean, he was just always that man who was like, oh, no, this is music, my baby, you know? And he's got his rack of cassettes. And then when time goes by, it's his rack of CDs. And then he's like, my LPs, we still got to dub my LPs. When are you finding me those editor boys,
Yeah, you
those
just put them on
dubbing
Spotify
boys?
now. Like,
Yeah.
now it's time.
He's not even about, he's like, I've got the best music and I want to archive my music.
Yeah.
This is how eclectic his ear is and how much he loves music, you
I
know?
totally get it. Like my dad's exactly the same. Like when he got to the digital points, he sat there with like his hundreds of CDs, and he was like learning one by one.
Yes.
I'm like, how old man? Damn.
Yes. No,
There's a
it's-
lot of CDs he went through.
It's a very intense love for music that he has. So imagine spending that much time with a guy like
Yeah.
that,
Then
you know?
Apple Music comes 5 years later.
I'm telling you. So my parents were, my dad was music, my mom worked in the media industry when I was starting out. It was radio.
What did your dad do?
my dad was a sales rep with Distel, so he's a salesperson, and worked his way all the way up. And my mom was like one of the first media practitioners in a local station in Northwest. That local station was then, they kind of adopted the employees and then started SABC at Global Access in Carlton Center.
Yeah.
And my mom just went through the studios through the years and acquired all of the skills behind the scenes. And
going to work with mom was cool.
yeah, dude, going to mom at work after school was going to studio.
Yeah.
It was going into the building and getting signed in.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what is your homework? Do you need to go to the media library in the radio park? Or do we go to the library here at TV Center? Because my bulletin's coming up at 8. So you're going to be stationed at a computer. I need you to do your homework. I'm going to be doing the countdown there in studio. It was already around me.
Yeah.
You
So the
understand
media
what I'm
world
saying?
has always been very real to you.
And weekends, my mom would be like, yeah, you're not playing with your friends in the street. We're going to watch some of these archived things. So, Sarafina, Asina Mali, it was
So
richness.
how was it for you then working with Lilith?
Yeah, that must have been a mindfuck, bro.
Guys,
From Sarah to hey.
We're
guys,
on the same show.
Writing
You're playing a
lines.
character that knows me. Me.
Writing lines.
because Makumalo is not in the room, I can tell you it's a freaking dream come true.
Yeah.
Because
So
imagine
you have
that
to pretend like it's all
awkwardness.
cool.
You have to pretend
No,
like it's all cool.
I have been looking psycho on set. Don't worry, you're not there with me on set. Trying not to look psycho, going, oh my God. Oh my God. God. And it's weird because it happens to me it's in a split second. I'm in character, I'm trying to focus.
Yeah.
And then a memory comes back or she does something and I'm like,
Who was it?
Nabu played it as a performer.
Who was it that was making Sarafina jokes in the office and then she popped up? Johnny, remember?
I think it was Gersh.
No, it wasn't Gersh. It was somebody younger. It was like-
Really? Oh, it was it might have been one of the interns, I think. It was singing outside and she walked out.
dude, it's just such an honor. It's an honor. Just the archive footage, and so I'm gonna now fast forward.
Yeah.
That was home, and through all of the dysfunctional elements of my family and the challenges, that was a really important part of my identity and my sense of self. So it became a happy place. So by the time I was 12 in primary school, adjusted to a new way of living with my parents now apart, my teacher says to my mom, "This child of yours, she's doing art, ballet, gymnastics,
Yonke
choir, sport, sprinting, shot put, high jump, you name it. I mean,
She must pick one.
I mean, every single thing." She goes, "But when she sings, and then she just gets on stage, I think you need to check this. Can we take her to the I Stedfords then?" We go, how? We end up winning. Now my mother and my teacher are having this conversation and I'm getting left out here. And
Y'all
I've
making
got my
decisions
friends.
about me without me.
I've got my friends. We're like, yeah, we're going to this high school, chums. Yeah, you know, it's going to be popping in high school. Well, my mom puts me in the National School of the Arts
Oh, you
after
went to
one
NSA?
audition.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they land
That's
me an
nice.
audition, the two of them, my teacher and my mom. I do the audition. I'm like, why are we doing this, mama?
Okay, so
I'm a
like,
speech.
wait, just pause. We can just say you're brilliant because you took the other routes, not the second one, the E route one, and it's probably the E route because you're black too. This is not normal. Like you've had so much. It's unfair actually to other people.
What their level of exposure
the
that she's
level of
had.
exposure, because just look at it from my side, it was always like a veil from me. Like the media was, I love this stuff. Oh, I wonder how it works. That is and you're living that and getting all of that training. You're literally no different to a white kid who did acid at 13. You know, they saw themselves. they were able to focus and be like, yeah, this is what we're doing.
At 13?
Yes, at 13. It's brilliant. Karen, interesting story. You did not grow up like the average South African girl.
No, I
But you are.
didn't.
But you did not grow up you're very humble.
I really, But oh gosh, weird. So obviously that's never been said to me before. I thought this was just like life. Like I thought
it's
everyone
normal for you. No, it's very
everyone was
Yeah.
like this. You know what I mean? Everyone does this, or everyone's got the same issues that I have. You know. But then there came a time, and I know it came in the life changes with my parents, that I just felt so alone, that I really became the person now who's so much more reserved and not out there.
So, at what point did that start happening then?
My parents split up.
Oh,
so
it's
that
divorce.
life change was so massive for me. And that's why I say what I grew up with them became my happy place, because I remember very clearly Ungane, who was my mom's late younger sister, who was raising us at the time because mom was at work. And now this woman is on some Miriam Makeba. That's the music we're learning. She's like, draw in your book. Forget the homework. We'll do it when mama's going to come around 6. You can touch the school homework. I want you to read this Zulu poem. And then that poem turns out to be the lyrics for Miriam Makeba's song. And like my whole family is actually very creatively inclined.
Yeah.
But it's from both sides in different ways. My dad is very much the academic side of things. So they are doctors and lawyers, but major strategists as well.
Yeah.
So they've got this thing about the system. You've got to know the system to be able to beat the system.
Don't get business owned.
So they never want to hear about any one of the descendants of Pamla just working any job.
Everybody has to be exceptional. at
There's
what they
this
do.
ego, which is excellence, was Pamla. So that's a lot
Yeah.
of pressure in terms of identity.
And does it split equally with the boys and the girls in the family?
Oh no, there's no genderism about it.
So it's
Nje,
expected
aim
of
high.
everybody.
Family
Aim
thing.
high. It's a standard. And with my mom's side of the family, equally high standards, but more with religion, more with sort of the classist aspect of things. Very much creative, very much the more outspoken, more expressive side in terms of my familial bonds.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, both of them they needed each other to balance each other out in me, this one person.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate so much the memories of my upbringing, because that was part and parcel what I started fine-tuning when I was afforded an opportunity to study performance from the age of 14 to 18.
Yeah.
That's 4 years of exposure in your formative years. Not only did we learn professionalism, we learned about intricate stuff that was actually at tertiary level. So by the time we matriculated, we were young adults. That's why you could get kids who've gone to an art school and studied further, and you've started a bit younger. You can land a job, and you're a fully fledged
Yeah.
adult at the age of 18 because of the maturity level you
There's
must
a lot
have.
more exposure with it.
Right.
And discipline
Like-
as well, like arts. Like people really, from outside the arts, always look at it as, it's not serious. But it's not serious because you have to go through so much discipline. You just have to geek out on what you want to do for the rest of your
Yeah.
life. If you don't do that, you don't cut
There's
it.
a lot of
You don't.
You
there's
don't-
a lot
you
of
don't make the
studying before
audition.
actual playing.
Yeah,
You don't.
there's a lot
That's the
yeah.
truth.
It's-
You don't.
Because I'm like, we all here in the film industry know that and work with people that haven't geeked out, and you can see it. And there's a difference. Geeking out doesn't mean that you went to a fancy school. It means that you've taken the
get it
time
down.
out of your day to learn about what you want to do for the rest of your life. And people don't do that, and it affects industries, not just ours, a lot of different industries, So it's very special bumping into people who really have gotten to the point where they've mastered what they do and express it really well, man. And express it for the good of the people. Because, dude, I got it, but the TV industry held down a lot of people during last year,
During
And
2020.
they won't never say it, but it's the truth. What were people doing? Watching what Tiger, what's what? All of those is us. They're watching their soapies. They continued.
Like we held y'all, we kept you sane.
Exactly, So, but I'm not saying it's like good, but it's just dope to bump into people that do what they do really well, And that's interesting to hear your story, and especially knowing now how much the fact that you can go to the detail of is probably you learned it at NSA or was it, you know, so quickly.
I wanted to go to
quite-
NSA back in high school.
I didn't even know about that school until I got to like the school that shall not be named that you went to too after that school, right?
Yeah. After NSA,
You
it
went
was
to
a
the
tricky
school that will-
decision.
yeah.
I wanted to go to UCT or Rhodes. I was like, that's it.
Yeah,
Our
Academic.
teacher was like, that's the next level, because it was always about next level.
Mm.
Unfortunately, because of budget constraints, difficulties. I mean, what I was asking of my parents was a major push.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I now understand that my parents did what made me happy to get through what we were going through.
Yeah.
Because that was a big ass education that they afforded
NSA
me
isn't
just
cheap.
with NSA.
Yeah, it's not cheap, bro.
No,
It's literally only
no,
retarding goal.
and the opportunities that was
And the network
big.
they paid for. Like I always say, like when you put your kid in an expensive school, you're buying them
The
future
social
jobs.
capital.
And there I was trying to be regular. There I was trying to be
Dim your
normal.
light.
Dim it. Do you understand what I'm saying? No, I want Levi's jeans. No, I want a fancy phone. No, I want to be with those people. I want to look like them. They were like, no. Look at your Levi's jeans. It's going to your school fees. It's going to a book. My mom bought us encyclopedias. That was our birthday presents. And we would
Did you
be
get
so
excited?
depressed.
Did you pretend to be
No,
excited?
I
though?
think I taught my siblings how to be depressed because I'm like, it's an encyclopedia. I came before you guys, so I won't let you be disappointed. You're getting more encyclopedias. But look at us now,
No
you
more
know what I
trips
mean?
to the library.
Okay.
But the natural thing was to go UCT or whatever, but because of budget stuff, we went with AFTA, it's the closest school. I did not get it. Again, I was just like, this
so
is not
you
working
probably came
for
in
me.
there and like all the white girls hated you, didn't they?
Oh no, it was, freak, it was such a...
Because you're killing all the roles, and then they had to like write roles away that you could not get.
Yeah, but now here's something hectic now. So I go from NSA, which is very much about the arts, the purity,
Yeah.
the core fundamentals, and then I get to AFTA, and it's famous for life. So,
Yeah, so it's
now I bump into
like, hey, welcome to the
Santon,
industry part of-
fourways. I bump into the cream of the crop
Yeah.
kind of lifestyle,
Yeah.
that higher class
Yeah.
thing, and I'm catching a
Like,
cab.
this is not roads.
Mina ngikhomba taxi to school, or I'm ngishaya 2 foot
Sure.
to school. My classmate, who is a first year as well, is driving in a drop top coupe. It's the first time I heard that term. To a drop top, it's a coupe. Whatever.
And there's still some girl walking around barefoot here. It's just confusing that first day.
So there was a
And
lot
everybody
of...
smokes.
And everybody
Everybody.
smokes.
If you don't smoke, you ain't shit, okay? I don't know why that happens with the youth.
I made it
I don't know why that
without
happens with the
smoking.
youth, but we all just smoke. But it really like, wow, I just remember feeling so incredibly insecure. I was struggling with my skin. I've had bad acne for all of my career.
Yeah.
Literally the last 2-3 years has been me accepting myself because I had such major insecurities about my skin, about just all kinds of human things that everyone else had. But because of life, I think sometimes that negativity, that stain doesn't always
You're
just come
human.
off.
Yeah.
And words stick sometimes.
Sometimes it sticks, and I clearly had too much stuff weighing down on me that I just was very insecure. I was pleasing a lot to fit in and then acting out in the same breath. So it took me some time to really find my feet and really, really live my truth. But one thing I'm very grateful for is that if it hadn't been for AFTA, I wouldn't have known how to hustle, how to get the job done. Like whether you've got everything you need or not, whether you've got all the ingredients, are you going to cook or what you going to do?
That's one thing I always say about that school is that more than anything, I learned the business of movie making, and I could take it and put it in any other business model.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like you learn
It's never going to be perfect.
like,
you
yeah.
learn processes.
You learn the process
the
because
workflows. Like
And they're
the
different
ability
for
to finish
everyone.
it.
working with people
Yeah.
more than anything is the biggest one you pull from it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will make an effort to force you to work the way we work. Like if you're like upfront and you don't want to talk, it's weird that you're sitting there and you're meant to be learning from me. And for instance, we get interns. You're meant to be learning from me, and you're sitting there in the corner on your phone. You're like, no, we're not going to do that. I need to tell no one the land. And when I make sure by the end of this, either you love this or you know this is not for you.
Yes.
Yeah, well, because we don't need somebody who doesn't. It kills black people in the industry because it's a heavily white industry. So we don't need an extra black person who's lazy. And two, like if you love it, I would have done my job a whole lot better. You come across with more skills.
It's disrespectful.
You're disrespecting my craft.
Where's the integrity? I cannot. My bleeding heart, my blood, sweat, and tears, here's some of it for you. And you're going to be on your phone. I don't think we're going to spend time together. I don't mince my words at all. Because I think it's about time we get really honest about what's mediocre, what's good, what's excellent, and what's not.
Do your friends think you're rude?
Of course. My friends get pissed off with me all the time. I'm
tell
the
them
friend
the
with
truth?
no filter.
Okay.
I'm the
Hashtag
friend
no
that can't
filter.
hide anything. That's how it is.
Ukuthi sometimes now ukuthi too
Hayi ngobile
truthful.
nawe awu-act khona manje awuyakha amacamera khona manje banokungiphoxa
No, so your friends are a
bayangilontsha
reflection
Jim
of you.
No,
bayangilontsha
that trap.
bayangilontsha
No. Okay, you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with, right? So I assume we've basically met your friends.
With the twist of a personality.
Yeah,
with
that's what it is.
so much more grace, guys. So much more composure.
Yeah.
I'm the Jack in the Box, but the nice thing is my family, because your friends become your family actually.
Yeah, the family
And-
you choose.
Yeah, they've understood it, and just to let that crazy out, the calm that comes afterwards is amazing because I make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I totally get it.
And I really I know that when I came to Durban and I decided, okay, I have worked almost every job I could. I've tried to play every character I can possibly play to the best of my abilities. I have been to the theater. I've done musicals, plays. Now it's TV. Now I want more. Now what's next? I keep stretching like that because there's just so much I want to
Challenging
do.
yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm aiming further than just here. So I figure I've got to keep acquiring skills.
Yeah.
Not only to survive, but also to make sure that by the time they cast me, they know why they need to pay me. And I don't have to fight.
Yeah.
My work will speak for itself.
Sorry, yeah, no.
That's what I prefer to do because I really did. I think for some time, the only way I could survive and give myself a sense of confidence in myself was having a chip on my shoulder about my education. Because that was the only way I could feel like good enough in front of some people who were not taking the craft seriously.
Yeah.
And that was killing my spirit, not because I was hating or negating on someone. It was killing my spirit because that was actually one person I was losing. Instead of building a connection, I was losing a connection because I was writing someone off. Whereas what I should have been doing with my that opportunity I got with what I got, my portion, I should have been saying, hey, you didn't know that it's A to Z. Come, let me scheme you. La 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 dog. When the director's talking, A to Z is simple. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Share.
Sure.
Share notes
That's
like in the
beautiful.
classroom.
I never understand why, as a black person, and I don't care about any like other people. I'm just for the benefits of our diaspora. And I think as black people, like we always need to share information. You have no excuse to not tell the next black man or black woman any
But
information.
any human being. Do you know black is becoming dangerous now?
It's always been dangerous,
It's always been,
With
but
the bulk- in
where
terms
it's
of the term.
dangerous most now is because we are dividing ourselves further than we've ever been divided now.
Yes.
Because now black is shutting out. What about Indian, colored? Do you understand? People are trying to still divide us on that level. And black to me, sorry, I don't want to get hectic,
take
but
your mind.
black to me, I know I was racist for a long time and I was raised to be that way.
Persons of color.
Exactly. And the fact that we need to reinforce a different sense of ourselves and our identity.
South Africa is in a place where we all need to fix our own communities.
Yeah.
So that's why I speak like that. It's like, I want my community
I'm
to
glad we can agree.
Yeah.
I'm glad we can agree because it's gonna start with us. How we get things right. Sorry, I'm cutting you off.
In the mirror.
So like what I find difficult like black, the idea of black is like, I'm tackling like a lot of ideas in my head at once, and I'm trying to funnel it through a specific way. Yeah. So it's like the idea of what, and it's all ideas. Like white is an idea, and you can have
social construct.
You can have white friends who don't embody the idea of what white means. And the same, like so then with the idea of being black, a chunk of it is the fact that we hate each other or hate ourselves. So it's like even within trying to build brands where you can start a T-shirt brand with 1,000 thread count and whatever, like in every sense of the design, it's way better than Levi's or whatever it is. But Abutaki will still not support. And there's a sense of self-hatred, the fact that Umama has had a store in the hood for a long time, and then next door the Pakistanis rock up, and I don't want to sound racist, but the Umama's shop is going to shut down because we have a hard time giving money to ourselves even. Like we'd rather see it
even knowing the system.
The community. So then I'm like, with the idea of, it's a very complicated thing where it's like there's a self-hatred that we have absorbed into our lifestyle.
And it's a trap.
The slum is a design.
It's a trap.
No, but the thing is that it's not limited to just the slums.
No, most definitely.
Like if you are black professional
it's not
doctor,
the slums.
you are
Okay.
like you are a black professional doctor, right? And then you're a neurosurgeon. Some kid walks in. His name's Tabo. And he's supposed to be the person who's going to train under you. There's going to be a certain attitude that you're going to give this person versus a Jason. So it's like already even within the people where it appears like they've escaped this specific culture that we stuck in, they haven't. It's just evolved in a way to manifest differently.
And that's what I'm in essence trying to say. Yeah. It's the slums represents the masses, because I think if you look at most countries, there's the rich and there's the poor. And when I say slums, I think I'm talking about the masses. What any economy usually has is the masses to support what the elites are doing, So where are they going to concentrate their fast food chains? Where are they going to concentrate their alcohol? All these things that are so cheap to get, and like people don't have a lot of money, but they got money to buy these cheap things, So it starts to create, because humans as us, 7 billion of us, we're a system. So if you get another 100,000 or 1 million, you're working with the system of humans that you can control, which you are what you eat. You're going to start acting a certain way, living a certain way, alcohol, fast food, and, this is the concentration of most masses. And Andre 2000 once wore a t-shirt that said, around the world, people of darker skin suffer. Why? And it's the people with the money. It's by design. They could choose to stop this and make other ways to make money, but the system continues to be. And I say system because it's a system of humans. Yeah. You're a human working at Toyota, but you're an executive at Toyota, so you're a human that's an executive. So half of the day you're being an executive, not a human, So that's where the conversation is way large. It's a global thing, and it's intricate and detailed. But so you start with your own community.
But literally you have to, not even beyond community, is like, it's almost like you have to start in your house.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Your house.
In your house. It's like, okay, cool. These kids here, like this is like cool. My cousins, like literally this thing, like community, like one problem that males have a lot of the time is the fact that we hide a lot of our shit within big ideas, right?
Yeah.
So it's like we could talk about this big ass thing, knowing that the fundamental core of it is these specific emotions that we really talking about.
This is certain thing.
Whereby a woman will be like, the emotions are all there, and then men hide in it. So it's like then it's overwhelming to look at certain things from this specific angle instead of looking at the fundamental core of what actually needs to change. So it's like all of this is built on top of a value system. That's what we need to change.
Definitely, it is
The rest
exactly
will-
that. It's
the
the
rest
value
of-
system
yeah.
and the priority of things, because the money around the world to end any problem is there, but who's willing
Yeah.
to give up their money? Because in as well, we're part of a human population, but we're also individuals. The cell's gonna eat the other cell to survive.
So imagine how foolish we look, you know. Us here in South Africa, there's South America living happily in harmony.
But they're not.
They're not.
Well,
Here's the thing. Nobody is living happily.
no one who is darker skinned around the world
The masses, because like
is happy, because the moment there's
I
someone
agree with
darker
that
than
sentiment.
them or lighter than them, they don't get along.
Yeah.
When there's still the lighter person or so-called race. And then I found out something that really, this touched my brain.
yeah.
Someone reiterated this for me, and it was an obvious piece of information from geography class that I disregarded. He says, but Nqobs, they said it in geography class. Our skin tone is because of the equator.
Yeah. In
We
relation
are
to where
close
you
to
are.
the equator.
Yeah.
Hence, we are brown, navy blue, purple, all of the above. The ones beyond on the other side, of course, they're going to be the skin tone that they are. But do you know that there's absolutely nothing different about us?
Oh yeah.
Our bodies have evolved to suit the settings, the geographical
different
planes,
environments.
It's how the body
the
chose to-
circumstances.
Yeah.
Like if you walk barefoot long enough, your
Yeah.
feet
will get harder.
get hard enough for you to do
If
that
you
and not
lift
get
bricks
hurt.
every day. Yeah.
That's what's happening around the world. And then some evil people with enough money and power and influence,
Divide and conquer.
they say, come up with black, white,
Yeah.
Indian,
Like
what.
it's a
You don't wanna mess
game.
with those
It's-
dark ones.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
It's just it's
So
literally
so
all a
for
game,
me,
though.
I was very racist. I was very aware of racism because I was on the receiving end in the 80s when I was born. It was
Yeah.
still a thing. It was a major thing in the neighborhood when you moved in as well. And you're the one of two black families in a neighborhood, and you must walk and go get bread.
I only experienced racism when I was probably like 17. I think I wasn't aware of it
Bruh.
before. I can go back in retrospect and pick up moments, but
Oh, no.
it was,
No,
I
she
probably
was real.
17 probably to really feel a racist.
There was no age group for racism sometimes. It depended on where you were and what craziness you just found yourself in. You didn't have to be in Soweto. You didn't have to be a politician's child. You could be an ordinary girl
Yeah,
trying to go to school.
sure.
And you'll get beat down, torn, spat on. Because why? You're black. There's this thing, there's the school of thought engineered engineering all of us against each other.
Yeah.
And
it's still
I
felt
just...
today. Like,
Yeah, it is the game. That's
the
literally
game
it.
that they're playing on us
And-
now. Every now and again, you just gotta say "kafir" once.
But-
All the black people are gonna be like, yeah,
but then
yeah,
here's
yeah.
here's a fucked up
It's
thing
sad.
about this game is that this game is just running on its own now. So it's like
The puppeteers
there's
don't
no-
care anymore.
They don't
like,
exist.
It's like
They've
they
gone.
don't exist anymore.
They've gone.
But
That's
we're
what I'm
still
saying.
playing. We're getting
Yes.
playing
Yeah.
ourselves.
It's like literally the ball is just rolling and that's the game that we're in.
oh,
So
waves. Where do waves start?
Yeah. So
Really,
So
like-
what we've naturally got to do now is share. Share whatever you know. Share
And I mean,
everything you know.
Back to the
Because that's the
Pakistani
new
thing.
currency now. Fine. How it's a Samsung 24 what?
Yeah,
How so you born it? When I was tea.
the thing,
Stop
okay,
that.
I think we need to be more in when it comes to economics. Okay, CeeLo, shoot.
Yeah, so like definitely like what other cultures have that are, because we seem to be like as black people at the bottom of every single country, you know, and what other countries have, like you said, is the teamwork, the togetherness, the network. Like a Pakistani national can come into the country and will be set up. They'll be like, no, fine. Here's your store. We'll use your next 3 months to pay for this initial capital. But obviously, there's
yeah.
around here, if you go to all the Pakistani shops in this area, they're all selling the same
Exactly the
alternative
same brand.
matches.
Yeah.
The same weird brand you've never
supply
seen.
chain.
They have their own strong supply chain here.
Healthy,
Yes, and
reliable.
the minute we try to build, somebody's gonna be like, "Why are you not paying me?" We still need to.
But also
we're
we're also trying to build individually.
Yes, exactly.
Because
as well.
like you as one touch up trying to order everything, it's costly. So if you want a bulk buy and you get everybody within the
You could
whole
be doing groceries
zone
for the whole
2 to
neighborhood.
6.
Yeah.
And saving on petrol. You don't have to be the only business. Do you understand what I mean?
No, but so even within the sense of like businesses can get together to be like, we're gonna buy in bulk, so that we're not distribute your stuff, etc., etc. So in our different zones, we still coming together just to buy in bulk, and it makes it cheaper. Then you can buy bread. You can sell bread competitively instead of.
I totally agree with you. I love that. I would even extend it further
But
and say neighbors even.
Yeah, but
if your
what
neighbor's a shopkeeper, he does groceries for both of your houses. You talk to
it's
each
a
other
model
about
that can
something
be it can be broadly applied.
No, very-
But the problem is that we're in competition with each other. We don't see each other
But
as
I'm happy to
brothers.
start seeing it pop up though, because I saw a proper TikTok video of a guy saying, "Exe, makhelwane wakhe mevule isitolo down the road, ungavuli isitolo nawe down the road. Wena bona ukuthi ngamsupply ngani umakhelwane wakho."
Yes, this is building industries.
Ukhanda amafriji, usukhanda wonke amafriji ey'tolo lezi ey'hlukanile. Wena ubona ukuthi lo muntu unenkukhu futhi uthola ukuthi go take chicken feed, sell chicken feed to the neighborhood. There's always a problem that needs to be solved. You can't always do what's there because you're killing the market. There's only 100 people in a neighborhood. 50 of them are gonna buy here. 50 of them. If you put another shop there, those 50 are gonna start splitting towards this shop. So why are you putting yourself in a position where you're already gonna make less money? Instead
find
of
a way
finding
to
a way
blag
to make
to the-
money from both these guys and everybody else around.
There was an article that said that like in 2017, 2015, 2017, they were talking. That was the time when they were declaring Guti, the unemployment rate was at something scary like 35%, or 35% of the unemployed people were young people.
Yeah, I think right now it's sitting at 57% of youth unemployment, something crazy like that.
Right? Of all unemployed people,
intense.
57% is the youth. Then it was 35%. And what they were saying was that we need to understand as young people, when you go to school and you get your tertiary education, you're not going to walk out of your course for accountancy and walk straight into an accounting job.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you won't find it.
The thing is,
you're going to have to be creative.
There's no new companies being created, and I understand that not everybody is an entrepreneur, but everybody should have a side hustle.
Dude, everyone needs to be more innovative with their qualifications. This is what they were encouraging those years back. It's 2021.
Yeah.
People need to not think that because they studied nursing, the only place for a nurse to get a job is the hospital. What about every other company that needs a first aid paramedic on set? Or you're qualified for it, but you're not thinking out of the box.
Yeah, exposure is a thing.
You see how knowledge is the biggest currency then? You see?
I always say it's exposure. It's knowledge.
Exposure
and
is everything.
And some people are so comfortable in their lives, they don't see that they're traveling the same line over a month. Every month they're just doing the same thing. It's month end, I'm gonna go withdraw money, gonna go buy the shop, 10 years goes by and you've been doing the same thing over and over because it's comfortable. The minute you wanna build, you have to be willing to risk not eating at some point.
Worse yet, after 10 years of working that job, dip, plastic, dip, you meet Silo. He's your new manager. 10 years. You arrived at Silo's age. Then you meet Silo as your manager, he's 24 years old. And that's where now things get tough in the corporate sector.
Yes.
Because all of a sudden people are like, Mara, I was here all along. Didn't you see me working here? But when you look at the market...
When did you better yourself?
When you look at the market, if you check what's happening around the world and in business, you've got to start being more innovative about how you're going to keep your job, how you're going to keep putting bread on the table.
And I think it's, this
No,
stuff is
so that
difficult.
my landlord.
that time came a long time ago.
I
But
think
this stuff
when
is
you want
incredibly
it, you get
difficult
it.
when, like, exposure is everything. So the more you're exposed to, the easier it is for your brain to expand in the way.
Oh,
you
somebody
approach
did
things.
this, one man did
Yeah.
that.
So, or even just traveling, where it's like
most def.
just traveling alone, that you see all the other companies or types of companies that exist out there that don't exist where you from. So then it's like there's gaps in the market at home. You start to see that, but then it's incredibly hard to then expect somebody who hasn't had the exposure, the information and resources to be able to break out of that box that they're all in collectively. And I'm not saying that the
I don't think it's about expectation.
expectation is the wrong word.
You know what it is?
Because like,
It's curiosity, bro.
Yes.
but
People's
Exposure.
curiosity is killed. Bro.
Curiosity doesn't
exactly,
cost a thing.
it doesn't. But
It's
It
killed.
doesn't
A lot of
cost a
people.
thing.
it doesn't
Some
cost
people's
a thing.
curiosity is killed as they
But
grow up.
from grade
Being
one,
curious is a-
Yes.
from grade one,
Yes.
your curiosity is being killed. Your ability to look for things, etc., has been no. Don't look at other shit. Do this. So you go through 12 years of being indoctrinated into a very specific way of thinking for a system that doesn't exist anymore, and on top of that, your parents aren't helping because they aren't exposed to other things. They're just trying to survive. Well, your parents were
Doing the
creatives
best
and
they
all.
could.
Yeah. So now, like, it's incredibly difficult to be like, okay, here's a new, like, you need a revolutionary way of thinking, but no way were you ever given permission to have different ways of thinking. You weren't exposed to, like, even meeting people, like, okay, you're saying CeeLo, for example, and it's like, how many CeeLos do people meet in their lives? How many yous do people meet in their lives to be able to be like, oh shit, I can actually, there's other ways of thinking and doing shit. I don't have to try to get a job at Checkers or whatever is the only thing you've seen your whole entire life as an option.
It's people's luck, and it's luck. But, you know, I think more often than not, people will get an opportunity to get out of their circle. And we can't do anything. Like, now I'm speaking as still the individual. I can't do anything for you if you don't want to help yourself. I can only help you when you say, Silo, I need help. And I'm human. I can't read your mind. And, you know, and sometimes you just gotta have enough. I've seen people who were scared to walk up to me. I'm speaking on the other side of it, because I've been on one side of this as well, who has been scared to walk up to me and ask me for something because, you know, like, it's not in them. Like, I had to learn to. I still suck at asking for help. I've learned to ask it from you. You've seen the pain in my face when I have to ask you for help sometimes. You know, it's like I come with words that I don't need to say. You know, and until you're able to get out of that comfort zone, the personality comfort zone.
Yeah.
But once again, you have to bump into the right person at the right time to make you like. I was a shy person, like, growing up. I met this guy. This guy lived his whole life. I was a silent producer, just like bubbly. It's like, and we swapped around. He's no longer bubbly, but, like, you know, I'm the loud one, you know, type of vibe, you know. But I saw that from him. I was like, oh, I don't have.
He gave you permission to be able to be.
Yes, to be able to. I saw him express himself, and I expressed myself. You know, so in the same thing.
I still think you're bubbly, my nigga. Don't worry.
Wait, under certain situations.
See him watching sports.
No, really, he's beaming, bursting out the room. Seriously.
But yeah, you always have to choose to kill the person that you are to be the person you're going to become.
Yeah.
And sometimes you learn that by life, and sometimes somebody tells you and you listen.
Dude, have you read Umamjali's book? Have you read Mamtembi's book?
Not.
This is what I'm saying to you. It's crazy. I don't care if I sound crazy, actually. This is where I'm at about being courageous and speaking my truth. I survived freaking Corona last year, bruh. And I promised myself nothing is going to stand in my way. Not even me.
Did you do any psychedelics while you're sick?
No.
Oh, that's-
No, I proper got shook. I was
What
like,
was it lungs?
yeah.
You got the
Couldn't
lung
breathe.
thing.
Ish.
The breathing thing and the headache thing.
I had
And
the headache thing.
and literally just like my body
sorry, guys.
shut down.
This guy is walking around with corona. He's like, great, yeah, great. How are you feeling? Just a backache. This
wasn't a
guy
back-
has been around so many people with corona. He hasn't gotten it, apparently.
Oh, I wouldn't have known that I
almost
had
died.
it if I didn't go for the test.
All I know is,
But
it's
I only
it's
went because
hectic.
of my parents. Like, I don't want to be like, I don't.
Because of your parents.
Yeah, like
no,
you have.
had to.
Yeah, because people are
So
going
we
home
don't know
and
what's
then
going
their
on
parents
right
get
now.
sick.
We don't
I'm like,
know
I'm not
what
taking
these
that
guys
risk.
are busy with, but you can't take the risk, and you
Yeah.
don't even want to put your parents with that anxiety.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I didn't even go home.
Everybody
You
thought I
also
was
didn't go
dying.
home.
I live here. I have not been home since I accepted the contract and joined Imbewu. I have not been home.
Damn, that sucks.
And Corona is part of the reason, not just
Yeah,
scheduling.
It's not because you don't want
Because
to.
I'm not going to do that to anyone else after the experience.
Are your parents still alive?
Yes. Both my parents are
Both.
still alive. Our stepdad passed away 2011.
Your mama,
but
man.
both my mom and dad are still alive. My biological mom and father are still alive.
And how are they doing now after you've like got into
How many
proper-
siblings?
I
do
had
you
a
have?
very serious talk with them. I kind of fell ill, didn't know I was ill. My family here and my partner came and they like helped me and they got me back up because that was scary. And I kind of didn't say anything to anyone about how scary it was until I could feel like,
You were
okay,
getting better.
I'm getting better. And once I was better, I broke down. Cried in
Yeah,
front of
there's
the
that day where you
doctor.
wake up and you're like a little bit better.
I felt that
So
fear
you were
of
worried
like,
as well.
You remember
Yeah.
I told you, I called you like the day I got my energy back. I'm like, I'm back. I didn't realize I was running on safe mode. Like, on like, I like my body.
Until it was-
On a
alien,
hope and a
my
prayer.
personality was literally off.
Yeah.
a hope and a prayer.
Yeah, boy, personality was literally
Aisha, I'm
off.
sorry, bro.
So-
And like you can feel this vein that could pop and everything could go bad behind
Yeah.
you. Like, don't pop.
Yeah.
Please, let's just sleep.
I was
So
just playing
it's
Spider-Man.
real, dude.
I was just-
Fuck you, guy.
Yeah, that
I was like,
shit
come
is-
on, Miles, we can do this.
It was cool.
I don't want to joke about it for anyone who has lost anyone, not for me, not for anyone around me. And then I saw a lot of people around me just go.
I think
go.
everybody
Yeah, it's
everybody
So-
around the world has lost
I'm
somebody.
in a very weird space, and I'm choosing to go with the boldness of just speaking my truth and speaking my mind and not wasting a single opportunity, not a single breath, because
could all
I
go.
did that for so long for too many reasons that have to do with human beings and my own silly things and just like overthinking stuff. So I think more than anything, I want to see the industry grow in a way that like we stop competing with each other and we start being part of the competition because there's a bigger race
the
out
arts,
there.
yeah. No, this is focused on
Like,
the arts.
we need more
Healthy competition.
Like, yeah, we need brotherhoods.
Yes. Like, oh, we understand that you are not from our house and our team, but we've seen what you've done. And this is, like artists or rappers, for instance, if you hang around them, there's always like rapper beef. We don't speak to them. And I've always tried to avoid that here. I make it an effort to meet other filmmakers, to say hi, to speak about their work, to show that we're showing and supporting. And I feel like there's a fakeness where you do it because you want other people to do it for you. I don't make that much work for other people to want to do it for me. I do it because I really care about, the arts growing in my city, in my country, So I do what I can to be like, carry on, keep going,
Yeah. That's how we share. That's how we inspire. Like I completely understand your concern of exposure. It's a real thing. But I used to take ballroom dancing classes when I was 7 years old in the northwest in Klerksdorp, Kuma location. It's a mining town. Go Klerksdorp. Ballroom classes. Both my uncles were ballroom champions
Yeah.
in a mining town with a place that barely had a road that you could drive into the town to go and visit your family. one guy, one crazy guy would book the hall and have a whole band of us like this. And that meant the world to us. So I think that's what I want to do more of. And that's how I'm going to go into my work.
You've got a company. What's it called? What does it do?
So we are Refuge, together with my business partner is Refuge, which is a media and communications company, but we've since sort of branched off into different...
Pivot.
Yeah, sort of, it's the same journey, but we've got to go parallel. Just for integrity. I've got my facilitation and copywriting goals, and which I want to satisfy. I'm crazy about publishing and about owning intellectual property, so I'm big on that kind of situation in terms of writing, archiving, publishing, and copywriting our stuff, and writing our stories, capturing ourselves the way. And my partner is also my manager, so there's talent management. We're just blessed to come across beautiful musicians, beautiful artists, beautiful creatives, and we never want to leave anybody behind. So we are opting, as much as we want a coin, we definitely are in the business space trying to hustle, but the arts never never lets us go. You understand? She will find herself in a position where someone needs a photo shoot or video or got to produce this or got to manage something along the lines of a music or studio session with me, or we've got to do a gig. And then the same with me. Yeah, the same with me. I want to sing. I want to do a gig. I'll find a venue and I'll be like, yo, we need to sing when I'm not on set.
No.
Ask her on the radio.
It's 2021. New year, new me.
Oh, God. What's going on? There's an inside joke. I'm scared.
Yeah, it's an inside
Ask
joke.
every musician if you should have a session on radio.
I was actually going to bring the guitar today.
Whatever.
Yeah?
You forgot it.
I didn't know she sings.
Oh, you did
Find
your
out in the
research
car.
early enough? You did your research in the car. So I did my research while we were driving. We know quite a bit.
So
we had questions.
That's why the tablet's there. He was reading it, wasn't he?
What? Oh, the
What?
five.
You reading your questions. What is
Does
it?
a magician tell his tricks?
Those your notes.
Oh,
You got-
I don't know.
This podcast.
I feel like the person who has to memorize lines to do her job is judging you. Does that feel right?
Dude, and we give you a lot of help as well. So
Like, is there an original thing that she says during her job?
Oh my God.
I don't know. That intro I came up with myself, you know.
I'm going to just...
Black House Talk. Where can people find you? If they want to just say hi, follow your life because you're a superstar and stuff.
Oh my God.
My Instagram handle is...
My Instagram handle is @Ngo4real, which is NQO Ngo, the number 4, and REEL. The
For real.
Twitter one is @Ngo4real, which is NQO, the number 4, and REAL. And I'm Nqobile Sipamla. You can just
Google her, baby.
search, and you'll find Nqobile Sipamla. I've got
These
big
5
brown
Google
eyes,
pages and
and
you're
I've
by
got an
herself.
afro recently now, and I'm a singer, and I'm creative for life.
Yeah, Black House Talk.
Black
Can you
House
get a
Talk.
Black House Talk?
Or you might find me on stage singing a song. You just never know. You never know.
We'll find you
We'll
in
get
the
on
arts.
Spotify for you guys.
Soon.
Black House Talk.
Black
I
House Talk.
receive it.
Thank you for
I
listening.
receive it.
We wish you,
I
wish you
receive it.
blessings.
And we'll do another episode sooner than you think.
Yeah. Stay alive. Take care of yourselves.
Deeply Rooted
RadioDR.
CO. No, it's Deeply Rooted.world this year. Deeply
We have to
Rooted.world.
do a switch up.
Yeah, we're at Deeply Rooted.world. Check out Youth Magazine. It's out. Well done, Hope Zisto.
Yeah, CeeLo's been working hard on that.
Yeah, we got we've been
Less,
working
as
out.
if there was more possible.
I need another CeeLo actually because we got another concept we're doing. We got some crazy stuff we're doing this year. But watch the website. We'll show you some cool things.
And we'll bring you live performances as well.